Oh my word, it's a bit chilly this morning, but it's not raining. Always look on the bright side, Dave. There's bargains to be had out there at the boot sales, so we're going to be heading over to a multi-storey car park. It's still going to be bloody cold, but at least it'll be dry. It's been a brilliant week for sourcing for me this week, so there was a really strong temptation to stay in bed and rest on my laurels. But as sure as eggs is eggs, the best time to do sourcing is when you've got a lot of stock in. It has a tendency to make you a little bit more picky about what you're spending your money on, maximising margins and making sure you're getting the best possible stock that you can get. Right, let's get over to Accrington via the coffee machine. Definitely a trolley day today. Last week's video I was getting annoyed with the sound of the IKEA bag myself. Gonna do a lot of mileage this year, this little fella. I think when I die in about 70 or 80 years time, I might have some kind of Viking funeral in this. It's that cold this morning in Accrington, even the snow's got snow on it. This is a boot sale version of a backdoor boogie. Looks like they've only just opened the door. Now it is getting in early.
Is it my tool?
Yeah, and it's from an actual shop as well.
I'm tripping over my own bloody trolley. I know, yeah, need danger pay for this. How much have you got in your candelabras?
All 30 for a pound.
I haven't got a leather fetish, I promise.
Material.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you certainly won't get a cold end with it.
Thank you, head shot off.
I'm sure you might get a sore face, but not cold end.
10 past 8 and that's me done for the day. There's a couple of sellers there that really turned it around. Really need to warm up though. It's bloody cold. Let's get everything home then. Take you through what I picked up and let you know how much it's getting listed for. I'm going to need a nap first. Well, in fact, more than a nap. I'm going to need to get under my duvet and warm the hell up. So just 2 sellers stopped today from being a pretty poor show, to be honest. But I did pick up some absolute bangers as well. And touch wood, no fails today. So you guys know the score. I'm going to strap the GoPro to my head and take you through what I picked up. Now I have actually decided to do a U-turn as well. Now historically in the sum up, I haven't mentioned in the sum up how much I've paid for each individual item. The reason for that is it's very subjective. What I mean is everybody has different levels of negotiation skills and it depends on the mood of the seller on the day. So it's not really a good indication of the price that you can be paying for this stuff at boot sales. But going off the feedback I've been getting from subscribers, they just like to know out of interest. Everybody knows that they're not going to pick this stuff up for that price, but they want to know anyway because they're nosy and, I don't know, just interested, I guess. So that's what I'm going to do. And out of the gate, the first of the bangers that I referred to. I picked these jackets up without checking comps, which I know is a cardinal sin. You should always check comps on everything that you're unsure of. But these really jumped out at me. Clearly cowboy jackets, line dancing, I guess they would have been used for. They're not American. Stocker Point, which is the brand of the first jacket, is actually a German brand. I've never seen this type of toggle before. It just feels a real quality heavy leather jacket. I paid £25 for both of these jackets and I think that's money well spent. Not much in the way of comps on eBay for this kind of stuff, but if you look further afield there is. And on the Stocker Point jacket, which is going to be the higher value of the two, there's going to be a listing value of £85. And the other one, I'm guessing this may well have been more of a ladies jacket because it's certainly smaller than the large of the previous jacket, and this is an XL, so I'm guessing this is more of a ladies jacket. The brand on this one is Zip It London. There are some comps for this type of jacket, but not this exact one. And I really do think that to the right buyer, these are just going to absolutely scream at them. They may well hang around a little while waiting for the right buyer, but when they find it, it's going to go for strong money. And the listing value I'm going to put on this one is £60. Now it's bolo time, ladies and gentlemen. Every now and again I will look at tweed jackets, and this one is probably the cream of the crop. Everybody's familiar with Harris Tweed. This isn't that, although Harris Tweed is very good to look out for. The brand on this is Swain, Adderley and Brigg. I'll spell that out on screen. In absolutely immaculate condition. Again, looking a bit further afield than eBay for comps for this one, because they don't really come up that often, and the retail on these jackets is well over £100, mostly over £150. Because of the immaculate condition of this jacket, and it's a good average of a men's size as well, I'm going to put a listing value of £65 on it. Really good tip as well as far as tweed jackets are concerned. If it's branded like the likes of Harris Tweed, even if they're damaged, they still may well be worthwhile picking up. I've sold damaged Harris Tweed jackets in the past. Milliners, hat makers, they'll use the fabric from their jackets in their trade. I suppose largely it's up there with the likes of cashmere as a very desirable fabric. So if they've got a cigarette burn-in or maybe a bit of a tear, they still may well be worth picking up. But obviously in conditions like this, it's going to command a top shelf price. Another jacket now. This is a really nice wool blend jacket from Gant. I didn't actually notice on site, but it has got one of the buttons on front. I'm kicking myself over this because I should have checked. It hasn't got one of the buttons on the front. I haven't been able to find a spare button at the moment on the jacket, but it doesn't mean to say it isn't present. It's hiding somewhere. But at a push, what I'll do if it isn't present is just list it as it is and mention the fact that there's a button missing. This is a size medium. Paid £10 for it, and assuming that I can find the button, it's going to have a listing value of £65. Just realised as well, I didn't mention how much I paid for this very nice tweed jacket, and that was £20. Last summer, I got a bundle of flat caps from the Fitzwilliam car boot. I haven't really picked them up since, maybe one or two, but they're really well worth looking out for. The first of the two is a Harris Tweed cap. The size is in there as well. It's a size, can't read that because my eyesight's terrible, 65 centimetres. This Harris Tweed cap will have a listing value of £15. And the other one, more country wear, size on this, 55 centimetres. This one's brand is Failsworth. I have actually sold a couple of Failsworth caps as well in the past. And again, listing value on that one, £15. Always be picking up Barbour wax jackets if you're paying the right kind of money for them. Common mistake on the listings on these is people describe them as wax jackets. When it's not, it's waxed jacket. This is the Barbour Liberty. Liberty is more a range rather than a specific jacket. Obviously a woman's jacket. Size is 14. Great condition. I've had so much success with Barbour wax jackets, and this one will be no exception. Paid up a little bit at £20 for it, but it's going to have a listing value of £70. Loving a bit of vintage. This is quite a long vintage woman's coat, quite really soft leather as well from Woodland. Pretty good condition actually. Typically with jackets like this, they go quite a bit on around about where the backside's going to be, because obviously people sit down on them. But aside from a little bit of obvious wear, commensurate to the age really, it's in great condition. Size 16 this one. Again, paid up a little bit at £20. And there's not as much margin as this as the Barbour, but it's got a listing value of £50. Shoes. Ignore the Barbies, they're actually for my Amazon shipment tomorrow. part of it. These shoes by Irregular Choice. Irregular Choice, I thought they were a much more popular brand than they are. I suppose the people that love them a lot. Irregular Choice makes some real quirky wedding type shoes as well. These ones do show some signs of wear, but not a vast amount. A size is a size 6. I'm sure these will really hit the mark with someone, and they hit the mark with me because I only paid £1 for them, and I'm going to put a listing value of £25 on them. Hotter Mary Jane shoes. These are great to be looking out for. I think these may well be missing their insoles. I do have some memory foam insoles that I can put in there though. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to check if that's how they're supposed to be, but usually they'll have an insole with the Hotter branding on them. But aside from that, they're in great condition. Again, I only paid £1 for these. Beauty about Hotter as well, usually where the size is inside, there'll be a model as well, so you'll be able to search easier. This is the Diane. Listing value on those shoes, once I found out if they need insoles and replace them, is £20. Now these Adidas Hamburg trainers, they're going to take a bit of TLC. They're going to take some cleaning up, which, as you guys know, I'm not a fan of doing. They are in good condition, but they're just showing a bit of signs of mold in there. I'm not sure whether it's mold or just gunk, if I'm honest. The other one's in slightly worse condition. Because they're not damaged, I really think a suede brush are going to bring these up really nicely. Maybe steam them and leave them overnight with your shoe expanders in to get a bit more shape to them. I wouldn't normally pick something like this up because of the effort that's going to need putting into it to get ready for listing. So for the purposes of the video, I'm going to assume these Adidas Hamburg will clean up nicely, which I'm fairly confident they will do, and put a listing value of £30 on them. And secondly, again, a little bit tired looking. These are Adidas Special, S-P-E-Z-I-A-L. Again, probably needs steaming and shaping overnight. Aside from that, and a quick once over with a suede brush, I'm sure these will spring back into life. Again, listing value on those, £30. Of course, if they don't clean up and scrub up well, then it's going to be less than that. These still will be worthwhile listing though. There was another trader there as well with a load of second-hand Adidas trainers. I'll be honest with you, sometimes I just get suspicious about dealers peddling large amounts of trainers like that, whether they're new or used really. If they're clearly private individuals, it's less of a worry, although I still do my due diligence, of course. I know some people do, but as far as brand new high-end trainers go, I just won't pick them up from boot sales. It's just too much of a risk, and my reputation ultimately is what I'm trying to protect. Perhaps not quite as good as last week's score, but still a good result overall. This week I will be endeavouring to get over to a brand new boot sale on Wednesday as well over in Lincoln, so watch out for a video on that over the next week or so. If you could make anything out on the video today, because it is pretty dark at Accrington, if you spotted anything that I didn't spot, just let me know in the comment section below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe because I love you dearly. Until next time, my friends, I've been Dave Keeffe. You've been amazing. See you soon.